Now we are live. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to our Chile Sports. With me, Santos, and also Pandy will be joining us soon. He's already here, and so
So
today we'll
today
be
we will be
discussing
discussing.
feedback.
So
Today we'll be discussing Premier League fixtures. I think the most epic clash or the most epic start of the Premier League in 2020, where we will be talking about Tottenham. What Tottenham are going to Vicarage Road Stadium to face Watford. Uh, Arsenal hosting Manchester City in the Emirates Stadium, and also Chelsea welcoming welcoming Liverpool in their home yard, Stamford Bridge. So with me, I have the Santos, who've been discussing for quite a number of time, and then Pandy also join us in this discussion. So it's excitement. It's all about excitement, and you need to join us with with your chats and views about those games. So first of all, we are going to start with Watford Tottenham. Tottenham will be traveling to the Vicarage Road Stadium to face Watford. Since Antonio Conte joined, we know what is at stake. So, what do you think about this match, Santos?
Watford against Tottenham. This is an away game for Tottenham. So Tottenham will be going to the home of Watford, which is the Vicarage Road Stadium. And we all know since Antonio Conte joined Tottenham Hotspurs, they've been phenomenal. Although that is not the way he wants them to play, but I think they are a team in progress, and the boys are proving that they can actually do it again. So this game is going to be a really really tough game because when we look at statistics very very well, any of these teams can score the other. Maybe if I should take the last 5 matches that they played, um, there's a draw, like two draw, and also um, Tottenham won twice, and Watford also won. So this is like a 50-50 game going
Yeah.
into the game. And when you look at the table very, very, very well, also, Tottenham is now on sixth. They are ahead of Manchester United because Antonio Conte would like the boys to be in the top four at the end of the season. They know definitely for this league, they can't take it, but the priority right now is to be in the top four so that they can play in the Champions League. So they will go all out. And Watford too is on the 17th. If they don't take care, they'll be going to relegation. They have they have 13 points. So I know the Watford boys too, they'll be giving in all out. So this one will be a really, really hard nut to crack for Antonio Conte and his boys.
Yeah, really, really hard not to crack, because when you also look at their way of playing and their way of what do you say, their way of, since what's the name, Ranieri took the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been phenomenal for them. But even though there are some matches they were supposed to win, they are not able to win it. And Dennis is still around. You know, he's a Nigerian. He'll be traveling to play the Afcon next
AFCON.
season. Pende, welcome back, bro. so
yeah, thanks.
so we're just discussing about the Watford Tottenham. So what's your
Yeah,
view about this game?
everything is on track with Tottenham because they have been proven that they can adapt to Antonio's Conte's formation. Even though they are not producing results, but you can see that they are progressing each and every game. So I expect them to win this match, even though Watford is also doing well, trying to adjust to Ranieri's formation and also his mentality, his winning mentality. But I believe that Tottenham will be able to overtake them.
So some will be able to overtake them. Now, Hurricane. Hurricane have been silent since the era of um, Nuno. But even when Antonio Conte came, we saw him only netting few. Is this something we are looking out to see Hurricane improving under Conte, or he will go during this transfer window? Because City were just putting pressure to take him away from London. That's the Tottenham Hotspurs club.
Uh, Wait, Hurricane. Hurricane is a good striker. He's one of the top strikers in the world. We cannot denounce that. But all the same, he has not proven his quality this season, and I believe it was all taken back to when England was not able to take the Euros. It affected him in a bit. That's what I see. So, and also with the transfer brouhaha that they had with City, that also affected his performance. But currently, he's picking up. He's doing well, and also with the formation that Antonio Conte is playing with extra striker to him, is also giving him more chance to also explore. So I think he's doing well. He's doing well.
Santos, your view about that Hurricane?
What's actually happening to Hurricane right now? I can say it's psychological breakdown because this guy wanted to leave. This guy wanted to leave the club last distant season, and Daniel Levy and Hurricane they talked. Daniel Levy agreed that he will let him go, but I don't know what happened. And Tottenham they were actually reluctant to let him go. And whenever a player makes a decision to leave a club and you do not let him go, psychologically it affects the player. Psychologically, this is he needs a therapy. The guy is he has proven to the world that he's a world class striker and he can net the ball anytime he gets this. Or if he's in front of the goalpost, or even if there's a distance, he can shoot. And he's not only a striker who scores goals, he's also a team player. He's
Yeah.
also a team player. He can draw back, he can defend, bring the ball. When he loses ball, he chases the ball. This is a type of captain and a type of player every team would like to have. But one thing is psychologically, there was a breakdown because he wasn't able to leave the club, of which Daniel Levy failed him. They failed their promise. But with Antonio Conte coming to Tottenham Hotspur, we all know what Antonio Conte has done. Wherever he has gone, he has delivered. Back in Juventus, he delivered. Came to Chelsea, he delivered. And went back to Inter, he also delivered. So in Tottenham, we expect nothing but the best. And I think with the progress Tottenham are having now, at the moment, because now they are playing very, very well and they are adapting to the formation of Antonio Conte. I can see Antonio Conte trying to talk to Hurricane and Hurricane getting informed again. But leaving the club, that will all depends if they goes to um, the top four for qualifying Champions League, because every big player dream is to play in the Champions League. So for now, I see Antonio Conte is going to help Hurricane get back in form, and I think they should also provide him with a therapy because psychologically he's not the player that we used to know.
It's not the player we used to know. Like sometimes when he's playing, I usually think maybe whether he's a striker or a midfielder, because he immensely like helps his midfield. Like sometimes he drops even to the defense. You could think maybe this guy is just a defender or midfielder. That's one thing I like about him, fighting for balls and all that. So now is the match is coming on Saturday, and this is we know Ranieri also has history when it comes to Premier League, and he's one of the respected coach we know. And now he's facing Antonio Conte, and Ranieri promised Watford that they shouldn't expect gold from him this season, but he will be able to be getting like 1 point or the other, and at the end of the season he will be expecting maybe 40 plus points so that they will be able to stay in the league. But this game, they are hosting Tottenham. Do you think they will be able to get points out of this game, Santos?
Um, Ranieri is a phenomenal coach as well. So this is not only clash of survivor because Tottenham wants to get to the top four, and also Watford want to avoid relegation. Apart from that, it's also a clash of top coaches, genius coaches, because last season these two coaches, I think they were both in Italy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So definitely, and matches between Watford and Tottenham is 50-50. Regardless of the performance of both teams, it's 50-50. And they having top class coaches like now. I think Watford should try their best to get a point. Watford should try their best because if you should compare player to player, they are nowhere near Tottenham Hotspur. For that one, I can tell you. they are, they are nowhere close to them. But with the coach that they have who knows in depth, like he knows in depth, like very, very deep with formation, changing of tactics and everything, I think they can try their best to get a point. But Tottenham, we all know, is the favorite going into this game.
So Tottenham is the favorite going into this game. The most fortunate thing is that they met in Italy. Both of them are both of them are Italians, and also both of them coached Chelsea before. So Pande, Pandi. So what do you think? Will Ranieri be able to get a point out of this game?
These are two different coaches altogether. They all have different ways that they play in their games. But when you consider Ranieri, he plays most of his game is just psychological. He plays with their team, even if he's having the worst team in the league, but he will know how to push them through to make sure that they are able to get at least a point from a game. You understand? But Antonio Conte wants results. Antonio Conte is a coach that who, no matter what, whether you are playing dirty, whether you are playing actively, all he needs is results. He doesn't care about how you play or whether the game was good for him or bad for him. He wants the end results. He just needs his 10 points, his 3 points. But with Ranieri, I'm very sure that he will psychologically prepare his players to be able to get at least a point from Tottenham at home.
Get at least a point from Tottenham. That's well said. And this is a tough clash for both clubs because they all need their points. Tottenham wants to play Champions League football next season with Antonio Conte. He just wants and he doesn't need anything but the best. And Ranieri to the kind of experience he has in coaching, which means that this clash is going to be very, very tough for both clubs. So now let's shift our attention to the clash of Saturday, a clash between a boy and master, and and their meetings seems to be like I win this match, next match I win, or lose this match, the next match you lose again. So this clash is something that we need to look into details. Arsenal hosting Manchester City in Emirates Stadium on Saturday is going to be the early fixture of the Premier League. Pandy, what's your general view about this game?
We know that Arsenal is back on their feet. Arsenal has been one of the club that has scored in each and every game this season. So Arsenal, as we speak now, we know that if not anything, but at least they will get a goal. And if they are able to get a goal from Man City, that means that they can get a point from Man City. Even though Arsenal will be playing without their coach who had COVID, but I'm very sure that with the kind of support that they are getting from their team, from the management, they'll be able to move positively to get at least a point. That's what I can say. But to get 3 points will be difficult for them, but at least they can get a point with Man City.
The Santos, what do your general view about this game?
This is a big game. This is really a big game. If going into the Emirates Stadium is difficult, but not difficult for Pep Guardiola, the master tactician. We all know this guy. and also with the squad Man City is having now, the guys are really good. The guys are really really good. They are playing basically without even a striker. So
Yeah.
imagine if they have a top striker like they wanted Cristiano Ronaldo. If Cristiano Ronaldo was there, imagine they would have they would, they would
the,
have they would
It
have
will have been a
it
different
would have
story.
been like goals, goals, goals. No one will compete them with goals.
they would have taken the Premier League long time even before like starting of the January distance season.
See, it's true.
But
It's true.
uh, the last time these people faced, Man City won. For their last about 6 games, Man City have been dominating. We all know Man City is good. But one thing I can assure you is that Arsenal young boys are trying their best. They are really proving that they can also compete with the top class players and also at the top level. Because Arsenal previous games, they haven't lost any and they are scoring goals. The boys are scoring goals. The like of Martin Odegaard. This guy is
Odegaard.
proving
Yeah.
this this, this guy is proven to be one of the best. You know, back then, when he was 16 years in Real Madrid, he made his debut. Cristiano Ronaldo told them that this guy is going to be a star. Although
Wow.
things are not going on well for him, he might be struggling now, but he see stardom, like he see he being a big star in this football and also impacting a lot. And this guy is doing exactly just that. He's doing exactly just that. Arsenal will struggle. They will struggle, no doubt. Um, Man City is the favorite. Everybody knows Man City is the favorite.
No one will bet. No one will bet
Yeah,
with the Arsenal
yeah,
win.
yeah. Nobody will go for Arsenal. But if Man City do not utilizes their chances very, very well, Arsenal will punish them dearly,
Yeah.
dearly.
It's
Because
true.
sometimes people become overcompetent and they think, oh, we are the best, we are good, so we can do whatever we want. We get one, two chances, we spoil it. If these guys, Arsenal guys, are able to utilize their chances very, very well, and Man City try to do anything dodgy, like the likes of Sterling. You know, Sterling can he
Yeah.
can he can spoil a lot of chances. If they do those things, Arsenal will leave with the 3 points. But on paper, as we speak now, we can see City has already won the match. On paper, City has already won the match. So, although it's a difficult match, but I don't think it's difficult for Pep Guardiola and his boys.
It's not difficult for Pep Guardiola and his boys. So we see, like, for instance, looking at Arsenal young boys, like you said, mention of Martinelli, Saka, and uh, Smith Rowe.
Yeah.
Both these three players have been phenomenal for their past 5 games, scoring goals. Saka was someone who, for the beginning of season, have never, like, for about 10 games he didn't even score a single goal. But for the past 2 games he's been able to score each game, and right now it's like he's getting back on form. Bandy, what do you think about these three players? of Arsenal. They are still young, and imagine if they become like matured in the Premier League. What do you think Arsenal? Where do you think Arsenal will be?
Arsenal has an opportunity to grow. We know Arsenal will play a good game. We know they'll be able to fight for maybe the fourth position, to be on the top four position in the league. But we know with this kind of players, 2 to 3 years time, they can fight for the title. But currently, they are good. They are not better off the rest of the players. So they will try. They will try as much as they can. But their best will be at third position or fourth position. Considering these three players, they have grown so well that we don't even see the impact of Aubameyang when he was left out of the squad. You see, so they are improving. They are building on their younger generation. Even with these people, Lacazette is not being shown much in the game. We don't see the efforts of Lacazette. These boys are doing the work for the club, so we expect them to improve as they are improving currently.
We expect them to improve. And now, their goalkeeper. Ramsdale is a goalkeeper who actually surprised me the most in the Premier League this season, because I wasn't expecting him to get that kind of momentum or that kind of confidence to even bench Leno, and he's able to bench him, and he's been phenomenal and being instrumental in their game currently. And also their defenders, Ben White and Gabriel. It's like their pair is becoming unique for Arsenal. These three, this goalkeeper and the back. What do you think, Arsenal? Because even though they concede sometimes, but you know that they are still young and they are trying. What will become of them against City? Because they are going to face the most attacking and very skillful minded offensive players of City. You know what I'm talking. So, what do you think will become of these goalkeeper and defenders in this match?
So I would say we expect nothing but a loss from them. Arsenal will play the best that they can. They can prove, they can show all the qualities they have. But let's not forget that Arsenal has been growing gradually based on the weaker teams. You understand? The
Yeah,
underrated
yeah,
teams
yeah.
are those that Arsenal are using to progress. If you consider their last few matches that they lost was against one of the top teams in the league. So playing against the top team, they are not able to produce the quality they have, because quality also counts when you have experience. And Man City have a lot of experienced players in the squad. They can use their experience to overtake them and then give them maybe at least 5 goals, and no
Yeah.
one can say anything about it because they will use their experience in the league, they will use their experience in the field to play against them. But these guys are young, they will produce the quality, but the results might not go in their way. They have good defender. Ben White is doing well. He has proven in last few 5 matches, and the goalkeeper is outstanding. He's been able to support them through to get a lot of clean sheet. I think 2 clean sheets last 3 games or so.
Hmm.
So they are doing well, but all the same, experience will overtake them.
Santos. Imagine every team is struggling right now. No team in the Premier League is not except City. City are just harvesting the point, and right now they are on top of the league with eight points difference. 8 points difference. Do you think they will go? They will be able to go ahead to win this league?
So far as I can see, City, the squad that they have, and with the master tactician that they have as a coach, which is Pep Guardiola, I see nobody stopping them. We all know whenever City climb the ladder to the utmost top, or when they are on the first position or number one, it's difficult for them to climb down. We all know. And going into every game now, all their players is like they are healthy. They are playing very, very, very well. You see,
Mm, yeah.
so it's going to be very, very, very difficult for any team because Liverpool now is struggling. Their last
Yeah.
game, yeah, their last game, they weren't able to win the game. So Liverpool is in the best position. Chelsea, I don't know what is going on with
Chelsea is dropping like
Chelsea
Bitcoin,
own
man.
Chelsea own is coming. So man,
Chelsea. I don't know what's wrong with them because Chelsea and Liverpool are the ones to chase Man City
okay.
now. And right now, the form in which Man City are right now is phenomenal. It's very, very, very good. And I don't see any team stopping them. With this game in particular, when we were talking about the defenders, Gabriel, White, Ramsdale, they are very, very good. One thing that they need, Arsenal need, is organization because with the qualities, they lack the qualities, but they need to be like a group. They need to form like a stumbling block, like an obstacle, so that these people cannot penetrate. So far as they do not make their defense leaky,
Yeah.
they will conceive small goals. I wouldn't say they won't conceive. They will,
There goes with a minimum. To be sure, that's true.
yes,
I second.
they will, they will conceive small. But if they become sluggish
Yeah.
and the organization is not there like they used to, because these City players, we all know they are in top form. They are high class players, and they know what they do. They know their business, and the coach has been playing with them for a very long time. You see, he has been
Yes.
playing with them for a very long time, so they know how to manipulate, and they know how to also give trouble and problems to defenders. So one thing I will tell the Arsenal defenders and also the Arsenal goalkeeper is that the goalkeeper need to shout on the defenders. He need to organize them very, very well. So
Yeah,
that
it's
they do
true.
not make, yeah, so that they do not make any silly mistake. But going into this EPL now with Man City leading the table, I don't see any team stopping them right now. I don't see
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like what Eddie is saying on the comment section, that
Uh,
Man City will win at least 3.5, over 3.5. I think he's talking about betting, but what he also said, which is very good, is that Man City, they are now having winning mentality. They now have the trophy mentality at hand. So they feel like they are on top of the table. So whomever they are meeting against, it's like they are inferior to them.
yeah.
Whoever is playing against Man City is seen as someone inferior to them. So they have that authority to push through. And also the kind of mentality Pep Guardiola is giving the attackers is that no one is perfect and no one is selected as if he's been the first team or not. De Bruyne is being benched because of his performance. Grealish is being bent because of his performance. Sterling is being bent because of his performance. So if you are in the team, then it means that you need to provide, you need to produce. That's what they are doing now. So their attacking mentality is far more sharper than it was. So definitely, as Paul said, the best results for us now is just minimum goals, but not as much as we expect.
So, from the players, let's get into Pep Guardiola himself. We see him this season, no striker. He's winning games and he's comfortable with what the performance his team is putting out. Now, the only person who was supposed to be striking for them had injury in the early stages of the season. That's Torres. And currently, it's like the deal has been done. Torres is moving to Barcelona. And up to date, we don't know any striker City is like linking up with. What's Pep Guardiola thinking? Allowing a striker to go, even though he's a striker because he's been striking for Spain for a couple of games. And when he came to City, he was striking too. Like what kind
There's
of
an
which
article.
coach? Uh-huh.
There's an article that I read that was last week, which Pep Guardiola said that the team does not force a player to stay. If you want to stay, that means that you want to stay. If you want to go, then they'll prepare everything that they can for you to go. I believe Torres wasn't liking the opportunity he was given because he was limited and he was being pushed to produce to the quality I think he believed that he couldn't produce to. So
Yeah,
he's a good player, all right. He's still young, all right. But I believe he had a lot of challenges. And Pep will not
ahead of
give you
him.
the guarantee that you will be playing each and every week. He needs to see results from you. And I think that's why he was left to go. He said the club is bigger than any of the players. If you want to stay, then you have to push through to show that you really want to stay. If you don't want to, then they will also prepare everything that they can and then let you go.
That's really it's really true. And Paul, you want to say
Yeah.
something? Add
Yeah,
something to.
one thing I can see about Pep Guardiola's team, which is Man City, is that the team is not like the Barcelona that we used to know, the Real Madrid that we used to know. That when you take a player like Messi out of Barcelona, the team cannot play, or when you take Ronaldo out of Real Madrid, the team cannot play and score. With Man City, all the players all, all of them. If one is not there, there's another player to
to
what fit,
replace.
yeah, or to replace. So the mentality of Pep Guardiola is, I have the game plan off head. I know what I'm doing. I have top class players who I can let them play any position that they that I want them to play. And at the end of the day, these players, because they are world class players and they know their business, they are going to what provide. They are going to what prove a point. They are going to
Point, yeah.
score. They are going to make the team progress. The moment you take one player to be the top class and you give that player like this so-called pampering, or
Yeah.
quality treatment, then it becomes a problem. When the player is no more there, the team struggles a lot. So he has seen that over these years, coaching different teams, and he do not want this team to be the same because
Yeah.
when the brand injured, they struggled a bit.
Yeah, yes, yes, yeah.
Yeah,
It's true.
but with time they adapted. So he got this mentality that, oh, even although we struggled a bit because we depended more on him, you see. So
Yeah.
now if he's not performing, I don't care who he is, I will bench him and play other players. And it's true, every player too is trying to prove, you see, in the training so that he can be selected to play the next game. And that is what Eddie was talking about,
In
winning
the comment
mentality.
section. Oh,
Yeah, the
yeah.
comment section, winning mentality. And this mentality goes to all the players as well as the coach as a
Yeah.
whole. So he wouldn't entertain any player. If you want to go, you go. At the end of the day, he's not even the top class player in the team. So who cares?
Yeah.
So before we like, let me just a last point about City before we move on to the next game. City Pep Guardiola main target currently is Champions League. And currently they are on top of the league table with 8 points. Don't you think, like, I'm sending you back to like the title, the Premier League title race. Don't you think if Champions League starts, they will have problems in the Premier League since their main focus is just to get Champions League because that's what City always dream of getting. Like they are desperate to get it. So when Champions League start, don't you think they will have problems in the league and start dropping points?
I think every team in the Champions League will have problem with their domestic or their local leagues. That one is normal. But one thing that Guardiola is doing that I like very well is now he's rotating the players. He's so smart. The guy
Yeah.
is so
Yeah.
smart. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know the benefits of these things. But now he's benching the brand, he's benching big players and he's rotating. So maybe it's a formality that he want to use to enter the Champions League, because going into this round of the Champions League, you are facing big opponents, you are facing top class teams, which is not going to be easy. You wouldn't just ride over them and you just qualify. It's not like that. So he rotating players will help him choose players and also let some players rest so that they can play the EPL. But regardless of all these things, I know definitely it will affect them, but not that much, because they wouldn't focus more on the Champions League
Champions League, yeah.
and neglect the EPL. Otherwise, they can lose both. They can lose
Yeah.
both.
And that would be terrible.
So, Pandy, your view about that?
You know, he would try as much as possible to get a lot of points before the Champions League will commence. And Champions League will start somewhere in February. And in January, at least we will play about 5 matches. So
Yeah.
if he's able to accumulate a lot of points, he can get the freedom to play the Champions League the way he wants to play it. He might not push in a lot of effort in the league and then focus much on the Champions League. But as to what Paul said, it will be very difficult to focus on one side, and if you don't get it, then the other one will be lost.
Okay. So, and the other one will be lost. So, right now, I think City, Arsenal, last distance. What's your scoreline prediction?
I
Status.
think I think Man City is going to win the game. The last time that they met, it was 5-0. I see. but but I know Arsenal will perform, because the last time they met, Arsenal was poor, but now the Arsenal team is very, very good. So I see City winning with a goal margin of 5 goals to 2. 5 goals to 2.
5 goals to 2.
Yeah, 5 goals to 2.
Paddy.
if City is to win Arsenal, they are winning them hands down with a clean sheet. That's what I see. So I think the best results out of this for Arsenal will be 4-0.
Okay.
So Arsenal will not even get a single goal here.
If City is going to win, they are going to win massively because with Arsenal's attack, they are limited. You know, they have a lot of youngsters in their attacking field. So they will be limited. They will be forced to push back than to attack. You understand? So that's what will hurt Arsenal a lot. And also, you know, their coach will not be there to give them the discipline in the touchline. So if they are going to consider, they will consider a lot. And if they are going to win, they will also win a lot. But
But
we
you
know
guys
it
are
will it
forgetting something.
What?
Xhaka is back in the midfield with Partey. So if they are going to play midfield game, I don't see like as City hammering them like the way you people. Xhaka in midfield with Partey. What do you think? Do you think City can still break them like that with that
just
match?
just name one midfielder in Manchester City who has been proven to do well for the past few weeks. They don't play midfield game again. They only focus on attack. They don't keep the ball in the middle again. They only focus on being in your net. So that's what they play these days. That's why Foden is able to get a lot of playing time these few weeks. They are only focused on getting into your box. They don't pass the ball as they used to. So if Pate, if Xhaka, if they should want, they should add any midfielder, they will not be able to counter with City.
Okay, so if you remember, guys, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn on your notification bell. Right now, we'll be moving to Sunday, Super Sunday Clash, a determinant of who should place the second place of the league table. Chelsea, Liverpool. A clash
Oh,
that everyone is waiting. Already, Chelsea is on second place of the league table with Liverpool a game at hand. So if Liverpool win their next game, they will be able to come back to the second place. But if Chelsea on Sunday are able to win this game, it means that they will be second on the league table. There are a lot of issues to these two clubs.
And what are
Pande,
the
what's
issues?
your view?
What are the issues? There's no issue in this game. Me, I
We
don't see
have
anything in this game.
no.
What?
When I
The
said
only
both.
thing is that Chelsea is dropping. Chelsea is like cryptocurrency now. Chelsea is just dropping. They are dropping points. Chelsea is like Bitcoin. It's just dropping. Master, there's nothing they can do. And in 'cause next month they'll be playing with all the
Okay,
they'll play three times with Tottenham and they'll play Man City and then they'll play another club.
so let me make my point clear. When I said issues, I'm not talking about like the play I'm talking about like both clubs have issue with COVID. You understand? Like both clubs really, because we see Pep Klopp
Let's
complaining.
just let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. The COVID is just an excuse. If you have 11 players in the team, if you have 11 players in the squad, you need to produce. The COVID is just an excuse for every club to those who lose. When they were winning, they didn't complain about COVID. When Lukaku and Werner was out, they didn't complain about injuries. They were
Yeah, we'll
getting
get into
goals.
that. We'll
Yes.
get into that. So
So
give me your general view about this match.
this match is just going to be one-sided. There's nothing that we can do. Chelsea will consider Chelsea will consider, as we all know, Chelsea will get they'll play all right. They'll try to play. First half will be good for Chelsea, but when they come back second half, Liverpool will use their experience to just give them at least 3 goals.
Paul, your three goals. Paul, your general view about this game.
I don't see why you're saying there's a problem, there's a problem, there's a problem.
No, he's been Pandy is being frank because I know him, he's a Chelsea fan.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if he's saying it, he's being frank with himself and the club.
yeah.
So your view.
The thing right now is that Thomas Tuchel needs to adapt and change the way he plays. Now,
Yeah.
now every now everybody knows how he plays. Everybody knows how to defend that formation. He has been using that quite long. A lot, a lot of coaches have learned how to defend that. Imagine you playing with 7 defenders. How in a game? How many players are there? 11 players, and you are playing 7 defenders. Who is going to score for you?
Just imagine.
Who will score? Who is going to score? You see, so he just needs one. That's one thing I would say. He just needs to adapt, and also he should change his tactics a bit because everybody is used to that. Imagining you writing the same answer for a particular question, like maybe we are in a class and a teacher gives a question and I write, where is Amma going? Amma is going home. The next day, where is Amma going? Amma is going home. So you every day Amma is going home. There's no day Amma is going to the market or Amma is going to school. That is what Thomas Tuchel is doing every day. The same formation, no change of plan. So definitely, people will know that even if Amma is not going home, they will say Amma is going home, and it will be correct. You see,
Yeah.
Yeah,
going
it's true.
to this game is a tough game, and it's been playing at the Stamford Bridge for all that we know, and it's difficult for Liverpool to win there because statistically it's difficult for them to win over there. And but with the performance and also with the play, Liverpool is playing better than Chelsea. So I expect nothing but a win for Liverpool. This one, I'm going all in for Liverpool. I know Liverpool win until Chelsea make changes and and Chelsea try to be championship contenders because they were at the start of the season. We all knew Chelsea. At least we thought Chelsea was going to be crowned champions. But now
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. As Peter said, it's like a Bitcoin. It's like
They are just
even
dropping points.
they're just dropping point for no reason. Their last match, I
Yes.
don't know why. You see, Chelsea is just dropping points. So if they are playing the likes of Liverpool, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. But I see Liverpool progressing in this game.
Yeah. So now all of you have given your general view about the game. Yes,
Yeah.
Chelsea is not playing well currently. So Pandy, as a Chelsea fan, last game we saw um Rhys James going out. Now they said it's hamstring. Christensen, who just came back recently, also went out the same game with an injury. Thiago Silva had injury the last game with hamstring again because they said after they remove him that they detect that it was hamstring.
Okay.
Now they forced N'Golo Kante just the recent match to play. No Loftus Cheek, and we saw the pair of Jorginho and Kova last game.
Yeah.
It wasn't working because we could see Brighton keep on mounting pressure on the defense because the midfield was not working.
I don't. I
So
don't. I don't know why you are much focused on the
no,
midfield.
I'm coming. I'm building a point here. I'm going to give you a question. So right now we are looking at them playing against Liverpool, and Liverpool, as we see their last performance, even though they lost, but it
Yeah.
was a respectable loss for them.
Yeah.
If Chelsea is going into this game with this kind of performance they did the last game, don't
Yeah.
you think Liverpool will load them?
Definitely. Definitely. Liverpool will load them. Chelsea. Paul just made a point now, and it really clicked on me. They are playing so much defensive than offensive.
Mhm.
It's only Lukaku who is up front. Everyone is backwards. Pulisic is backwards. Odoi is backward. No one is there pushing. Even if we are holding the ball, we are holding it to ourselves, but we are not attacking. As well as respect to, if you check onto Liverpool's game, Liverpool always attack. When Mane gets the ball, then you know that the ball is in the other half yard. It's not into their own half. They are playing it into their opponent's yard. That's how they play. But we always keep the ball to hold the ball without any attack. The last match we played, after scoring the goal, more than 30 minutes, Chelsea didn't get any shot. Not
No,
shot on
not shot.
target, not
No,
any shot.
not in a
They were
shot.
just holding the ball. So what are we playing for? To entertain ourselves or to score? We don't have any system that we are playing. So with this game, even if the players are all in and they are going to play the same tactics, Liverpool is going to score us a lot. They are
More
just going
goals,
to load us.
more goals, more goals. So we see it and we see it. There's one player, Santos, who surprised me most in Chelsea game, Hudson Odoi. I've been supporting this player for quite a number of years now, and each time I'm expecting him to improve. Each time, and it looked as if like when the strikers got injured, he came up a little bit, he improved a little bit. But for the past two games, what does it mean as an offensive player or an attacking player? You can create chances, you can assist, but you cannot score. What does it mean to an offensive player?
Sometimes the mentality of going into the game is also um, different. You see, and also the gameplay too might be different. Those things affect each player performance and the way each player is supposed to play and all that. But the guy is good. He can dribble. He can push you with the ball. He's that type of guy who gets the ball and he can push you. He can create chances, but he needs to perfect his scoring. He needs to perfect his scoring. Vinicius was having the same problem. Vinicius, my
Yeah.
own Vinicius, Real Madrid, he was having the same problem a couple of years ago. and he perfected it and is able to score. So what we can say is that he needs a little time, and he also needs to create into his mind a winning mentality. He should make sure that, you see, sometimes when you get the ball, okay, and you are a confident player, immediately you kick the ball, you know where the ball is going.
Yeah.
You see, but if the moment you do have doubt and all that, you kick it and
Like Timo Werner.
yeah, Timo Werner's own. I think maybe somebody has juju because he can miss an empty pool. So his own is different. He has a problem. That guy has a big problem. But this one, he needs to practice, 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 practice. And I think with time, because that's all that he needs now. He can dribble, he can push you with the ball, he can defend, he can tackle the ball. When he loses the ball, he goes back and all. He knows all these things. But to score the goal, that is the big problem he's having. And I think with more practice and with determination and with winning mentality, because he has to psych his mind very, very well. You see, with
Yeah.
all these things, I think with time he'll begin to score, and he will help Chelsea. Chelsea have a lot of excuses. COVID, what? He'll help you.
No, but they are real. For some of them, they are real. Yeah.
Which what is real? What is real in this game? You
Ah,
have 11 players to play. So
you have
whomever you bring in is supposed to produce the results that you
the
want.
results you needed, but most of them
Yeah.
just came back from injury. Most of them coming back, so you don't expect 100% from them.
This your 100%.
No,
I
no,
always talk
no,
about
no.
it. I don't know.
Who? Okay, let me put it this way. Chelsea are not doing quite well right now. Who to blame?
So can you eat manka and say you don't expect the manka to be 100% digested in your stomach?
Manka is not
Exactly.
a human being.
Ah,
Manka is not a
it's
human
just
being.
if you put a
Ma-
player in the pitch, you expect the
uh-huh,
player to deliver.
uh-huh.
That's
You
why he's
expect
on
the
the
player to
pitch.
deliver, yes,
To deliver.
but
So if he's
but
not delivering, then that means that that's not what he was expected to do. So he didn't do well. There's nothing like 100% or
so so
50%.
so Paul, let me put it this way for you, Santos.
Okay. Okay.
For instance, some of the players he's forced to use them because they're just coming back from injury, right?
Mhm.
And you forcing to use them means that you cannot get the 100% you are expected from them. Do you
And
think like for
and
instance, let's say Eden Hazard of Madrid.
okay.
Eden Hazard just got injury and come back.
Mhm.
Maybe you have options to put him on bench, others are there to play. If you fail and you use him and he didn't give you 100%, maybe you the coach need to be blamed. But you don't have options here. You need to use him. If he doesn't produce the 100% you expect, do you need to be blamed?
The thing is, no player on the field give 100% performance on the field. But so far as doctors have cleared the player has done training. He knows the game plan. You've shown him what to do on the field. Then he's supposed to deliver.
That's it. It's just simple. That's
The,
it.
So
he's, the players.
this this is going to become like a little argument here.
No, no,
Most
no,
of
no,
the
no, no,
players,
no, no.
You
most
let
of
me finish. Let me
yeah,
finish.
yeah, you need to
Yeah.
finish. Mhm.
Then the player needs to what deliver, because um if you should say 100%, what does it mean? A player gets the ball and he is with the goalkeeper. He has to shoot the ball, and it hits the leg of the goalkeeper, and the ball doesn't go into the post. Okay, so there's no goal.
Yeah,
The guy wasn't injured. Nobody gave him any aggressive defense, and at the end of
Yeah.
the game, it's a goalless game. So will you
okay.
say because the player is coming from injury, that is why
Injury.
he didn't give his 100%? Although the player got a chance that he should have scored,
Scored.
what will you say?
Yeah. Yeah, but remember here we are not particular focusing on one player. That's one thing you should know. We are
It's
not
all the
actually
same.
focusing
It's
on
all
only
the
one
same.
player. You are Hosno, other situation, I myself, like for instance, I've said it and said it time again. If like every player is fit and he's back to bench, you can't blame anyone. He needs to blame himself. You understand? Because he had the opportunity, he got chances to make himself big, but he's not able to. But for his case, doctors declare him, but because among those who had the COVID, he was the one who had the minimum symptoms. That's why the coach decided to use him on that particular day. He had a lot of chances, and even last game, he had a lot of chances to score, but he's not able to. Like just like we were talking about Arsenal, we talk about Ramsdale, and Edward in the chat said Ramsdale is on form, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
most of the players, yes, they are coming back from injury. You don't like they are not yet adapted to the style or maybe the form that you need them to.
No, 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 no,
So
no, 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 my friend.
That's
No.
that's
No, no, no,
that's
no, no, no.
that's
There's no
no,
point.
most of most
that's
of
There's
them
no point
doctors
in
just
it.
declare them. Yes, they are fit, but cannot play
Why?
up to 90
Because the
minutes.
doctor likes them or what? The
No, no,
doctors
no, no.
will check and see if you are fit to play. They will tell the coach he's fit to play. Maybe starting
yes.
30 minutes, maybe 55 minutes, maybe this kind of minutes. That's what they will tell you. He's fit to play means that he's ready to execute whatever you want him to do.
So a typical example of against Wolves, Chelsea against Wolves. You
Yeah.
knew very well that Kovacic was not yet okay to play the game. Doctors do not
Well,
because they even somebody like what's the name Chaloba, the same thing on that game. He was not supposed to play the game. They applied to stop the game, but the FA refused. They need to use the players. Even on bench, you could see that only 3 players was on bench for the club.
so
I don't know whether
what?
you get what most of the times, yes, it
Still,
do
still, to
happen.
me,
Doctors,
to be honest, with that excuse, I still don't understand it because I don't see why I should put you in the field if I know that you cannot produce. I don't see why I should put you in the field. What does it mean?
because you have no option. You
That's
have no options here.
Does Chelsea have other players that they can play?
That's the question.
That is the question. That's what I'm saying.
You have
Most
to
of the
answer it.
Do
huh?
they have other players that they can play?
There's no options. Like no
Why?
option,
No
other
option.
players to
How
play.
many
No,
how many players are
no.
you supposed
How
to
many
sign
players
in
does
a
he
to
Do
have?
register in the season?
you expect him to play someone like Saul on defense?
Why won't you play him? If
Is he a player or not?
yeah, why won't you? Okay,
On defense?
look, look. Mourinho in Tottenham Hotspur
Uh-huh.
was having problem. The players, a lot of players going on injury. He caught Tanganga. There's one player like that, a defender from the junior side, and he promoted him to the senior side to come and play. That is
Yeah,
what coaches are meant for.
exactly.
But
So
what I can see, the problem is not maybe your players having COVID, your players having injury. The
uh-huh.
problem is the coach do not know how to rotate players.
So the
So
question
if
here is
if if a player is not available, his tactics is
Yes,
disrupted.
exactly. That's
That's
just
it.
it. That's
That's
just
so
it.
that's the problem. That's the problem.
so Santos here you are saying that the coach doesn't rotate players.
Yes.
No, then you
Or
are
he,
not being fair to
or,
Tuchel if
or,
you say
or he
that.
depends solely on certain players to deliver.
Exactly. He
If you
depends
said
mostly
yeah,
on
if you
certain
say
players.
like
If they are
it
not
depends
there,
on
everything
certain
is just
players,
done.
I will
Yeah,
support that. But
yeah.
rotating players for sure, no one rotate
He
players than
depends
him
solely
in
on
the
certain
Premier League.
players.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
depends
If you
solely.
say he's depending on certain player, I will understand that because that's what I'm actually looking for. I'm looking for who to blame on their bad run currently.
I think
You understand?
is the coach.
So let's
That's
get
just it.
into
Is the coach.
so now let's get into Liverpool. Liverpool has been doing great, but the last 2 games have not been perfect for them. Mohamed
Yes, you,
Salah, you're
yes,
saying
you know,
something.
there's fatigue. There's fatigue. No matter what, if you are running, Liverpool don't make a lot of changes to their team, especially their attacking line. They don't change them so much. Maybe Firmino, maybe Jota to bring in to twist the game a bit. But Mane and Salah will always be constant. Maybe once a while, Mane will sit on bench. So
Mane
it's
will not even
fatigue.
because the whole season
It's
stuff. It's only
fatigue. It's
once
just
I saw
fatigue.
Mane.
But they will be able to come back against Chelsea.
So my this thing is, what do you expect from this three, Mane, Salah, and Jota in this game? Your expectation,
Goes.
because that was what I was expect. That
That's
was
just
what I
it.
was
That's the
driving to. You
answer.
didn't
That's the
allow me to
answer.
finish.
That's the answer. Goes. We are not expecting nothing but goes.
So you are not expecting anything but goals. But
Um,
assuming if, like for instance, currently as it stand, even though Chelsea have not been doing brilliantly in the league, but as it still stands, they are the least considered defense in the league. So if their defenders are like they are fit to play this game and they are okay with this game, do you still think they can produce the kind of goals you are expecting?
with the kind of defense you guys have, with experienced player like Thiago Silva, Rudiger to is really performing, and other players, um, you have a formidable defense. But with these people too, they are sharp, they are smart, they are quick, and they have eye for goals. These three players, you see,
Exactly.
when they get the ball, they push you with it. They
Yeah.
push you.
Yeah.
They wouldn't play back ball or anything. They push you straight with the ball. Salah
Yeah.
getting the ball, he's coming straight at you.
At you,
You
yeah.
see, yeah.
Yeah.
So what Chelsea needs to do is that with the way they've been performing with their defense, they need to be solid. Otherwise, things will turn upside down. And another thing is their midfield too is also good. So it's not only these strikers that you need to be scared of. The
Yeah.
midfielders too, Chelsea also need to be scared of. But with the goals, definitely it will come. But maybe because of the experience players Chelsea have, and also the formidable defense that you guys have, it will reduce a bit. But if you guys are sluggish, the goals it will flow. It will really, because these guys, they are happy. They are
Okay.
happy. Last time they
Okay.
lost,
Uh-huh.
they deserved a win. They lost, so they are really, really hungry. And coming to Stamford Bridge, that's where it's tough because it's difficult for you to get a point there in Stamford Bridge, especially Liverpool. But I don't see this game being goalless. I don't see it being goalless at all.
So, Pandy, for instance, you just said, okay, if you have something to add before I.
Just with the attackers, what Santu said is just perfect. We are expecting nothing but goals because they are working together, and the way they are working together is they always tries to get to the end of your net. That's where they want the ball to go to. They are not focused on passing backwards or sideways or left or right. They are just focused on getting the ball at the back of the net. So these three players will be dangerous for Chelsea, and I think if they are able, Chelsea is able to work hard, then that's
Okay. Okay. So, it's like the connection. So, Santos, like Pandy just said, if he comes back, even though I will still throw that question to him too, but then let me throw that question to you. You just heard him said Chelsea is like cryptocurrency, and I
Yes.
I don't dispute
Yes.
that. It's really true. They are like cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. They go down, they go up, they go down, they go up. And for one of our discussion, I made mention like Chelsea is a team like when you don't expect them to perform or do something, that's where they did their best. Particular one example is just against Aston Villa. We had a lot of fans. I myself didn't expect Chelsea to get a win in the Villa Park, but they were able to do it. Remember the last game against Liverpool at Anfield. Liverpool get away with a draw because of a controversial penalty. Don't you think Chelsea at the right mentality and a right form will be able to get points out of this game?
Definitely, Chelsea with the right mentality, which is the winning mentality, and also in form, definitely will get a point in this game. No doubt about that, because we know Chelsea, they are the Champions League defending. They are defending champions of the Champions League, and they've proven to be the best over these years with the coach that you have, Thomas Tuchel. But with the performance that they are putting up, if they do not change their mentality, it's going to be really, really, really difficult for them. Although the last time that you guys met in Anfield, it was because of that controversial penalty. That was why the draw came. But one thing that you can put in mind again is that your Chelsea team then is not the same Chelsea team now. The Chelsea team that you guys played with is not the Chelsea team now. And Liverpool mentality is a win-win mentality, because now I don't know, Chelsea is supposed to have that mentality right now, because between Chelsea and Liverpool, Man City, 8 points. So they are trying to close the gap. They are just trying to close the gap. And Chelsea should also be doing that. But if Chelsea they are able to change their mentality, definitely they can actually pick up a point in this game. Yeah, because you have world class players who can also what provide and also score goals. So I don't see Chelsea losing this game woefully if only their mentality is changed. Yeah.
So Tuchel was just a manager for the previous matches who has been tagged as not doing well. Some people even think like he should be sacked. Some people, but hey, Chelsea fans are just strongly beside him because the way the team is currently moving on, even though it's a bad run for them, but they are not losing points for the past, like since the league started. It's just like in the Premier League they lost like 2 or 3 games. I think two, against City and also against West Ham United.
Yeah.
Yeah, West Ham. I think these the only two I could remember. Maybe in the comment section, if someone remember, they could remind us. They only lost, but since the bad runs just kick in, they've been able to be acquiring maybe 1 point or the other. So we had someone like Romelu Lukaku. He's back, and the last 2 games, he's been able to score each game like 2 goals so far, and now he has 5 goals in the Premier League. When he was coming, when Chelsea bought him, everyone thought like it's going to be glossy or it's going to be goal harvest for Chelsea this season, but it's not been so because he too just came back from injury. But he also said in the last 2 games that Chelsea is now out for hunting.
Yeah.
Chelsea is now out for hunting. Now, I want us to talk about Tuchel and Lukaku. Lukaku said Chelsea needs to be hunting. And right now, the last game against Aston Villa was just a game Tuchel was happy with, thinking like the game just come, Chelsea has just back to winning ways. And then this happened in Stamford Bridge the other day against Brighton. So these two, what do you think about what will be going through their minds?
With Tuchel, people should stop with this speculation that he's not performing, so they should sack him. No, there's a guy who picked the team and helped the team. You see,
Okay.
sometimes things might not go the way we want them to be, but these are the times that we also need to stand
So
beside.
Vlad,
Yeah,
let me. There's a comments on the comment section from Varna Iswara,
yeah.
Loganadin. If I don't pronounce your name, so he's asking like, what teams do we support?
I'm a Real Madrid supporter, or I'm a Real Madrid fan, a serious one, of course.
So I'm also a Chelsea fan, but I'm also a Chelsea fan. We have a Barcelona fan too, and we also have Manchester United fans. We just talk about generally about sports, and most of the times, and also we talk about all the games that are happening, especially the top class games. And if you are a sports fan and you love sports and you are a fan of any of the teams, you can subscribe and turn on your notification, because this will be coming to you time to time. And you can also join us on this conversation too. If you have time and you think you can join, we can send you the link and you will join us too. So Paul, you can continue.
Yeah, so I think Chelsea, you people should give Tuchel some time, because it's not easy. As you said, there's COVID protocol staffs. There's also injury with certain players. So you should give him the time so that these players can fully recover. And those under the COVID protocols also, they can also come back to the team. Then we see how we can do to help the team. But in moving forward, although his players, some are on COVID protocols and some have injury, he's still trying his best, because it's difficult for people to score Chelsea right now. And that's a plus for you guys, because some people are conceding a lot of goals. Okay. So if Chelsea is not losing games, then it's a plus for the coach as well, because his tactics is working. With Lukaku, we all know Lukaku to be a dangerous striker. And because of injury, he was out of the game and he couldn't play a lot of the games. But now he's back, and he said Chelsea are into the hunt for what? Winning, or they want to just win games. So that means they are all motivated. They are all not happy with their performance lately, and they all want to win games so that they can climb or chase Man City, because the main priority, first of all, is to win the EPL, and secondly, to be in the top four. Okay, because if you are not in the top four, definitely you wouldn't get a chance to play in the Champions League next season. So they should be patient with the players, they should be patient with the coach, and I know they will deliver.
Yeah, it's true. Like we just said it before, what we just said before is what Wagner is also saying. Chelsea currently is having a bad form or bad run form at home than away, because we see them, they are doing brilliantly away. And Liverpool to coming at home is going to be something that is worrying, is very worrying in particular. Particularly our last match was just something that we cannot actually talk about again, because I've talked about it several times. And he also brought us some statistics saying like last 5 games, like 4 games 1-1, and one game 3-2. Yeah, so it's not that like Chelsea is just bad right now. We've been able to be picking points, and that's very like a symbol of a good team. At the bad moment, you are picking 1 point, and that was yeah, at bad moment you are picking points like this, and the home form is actually bad for us. And for sure we're going to bounce back. Chelsea is going to bounce back. Looking at our opponent on Sunday, Liverpool, like Liverpool is a team that sometimes when they are not performing, they are not able to score. If you stop their front three, it becomes very difficult from them, right from defense to midfield. And if Chelsea are able to pack the midfield, like like last year, we saw someone like what was the name? Someone like Kante, Jorginho, and also Kovacic in the midfield. And it's where even the beginning of the season, that was what was working perfectly for us. And these three are very much fit to play this game. Don't you think we'll be able to win the midfield of Liverpool with these three?
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. It's not going to be that easy, because it's been a long time these three play together. We all know, and for them to get back in form, as we already spoke about some couple of minutes ago, is going to take time. It's going to take time. But even if the midfield of Chelsea dominates the game, who is going to score the goals? Because I don't know the formation your coach is going to play. I know him to be the pack the bus type of coach that he will play a lot of defenders at the back. And stopping these three players for Liverpool is going to be difficult, really, really difficult, because these players, they all have eyes for goals. They can really, really score. They can
Yes.
really intimidate. They will just intimidate you. But
but one thing you should understand is our back three is working perfectly for us. The
exactly,
only problem we will have is the left side, Alonso, because we don't have option to replace him. Our left side is going to be a problem. But each time we play against Liverpool, Rudiger is standing tall against Salah. And for the past few games we play against Liverpool, Salah have not been able to do the things he's been doing to other clubs. And if you are talking about like who will score goals for us, remember maybe the front line, Ziyech he was on bench for both two teams we play, and he will be back on this game. Maybe Kai Havertz too is on training. He might also be back on this team, and Lukaku in addition. So this three, and Mount. Remember, Mount is also someone who is like his his creativity in the what do you call it? His creativity in up front have been absolutely amazing, and his consistency. Because for the past few games, he's been able to score goals for Chelsea, and this season, so he has been able to score almost seven goals and 5 assists. And he's the player who has contributed most in goals than any other player in Tuchel's Chelsea currently. And these four players mounting because I know Lukaku can battle against Van Dijk for sure. If we're going to talk about Lukaku and Van Dijk, you know what will happen. And these two players, especially Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz movement is absolutely brilliant for Chelsea when he's playing. His movement alone can create a lot of space for Chelsea players like Lukaku, Mount, and Ziyech. These players can be scoring for Chelsea, and even though it's a tough clash and it's not going to be an easy task for either teams, either Liverpool or Chelsea. But since it's going to be a Stamford Bridge, that's what I'm worried about. Because the last game, we've been able to battle it out with them to get a point out in Anfield. And this time round, I think it's going to also be 50-50 games because it's a game that shows that if you win, you are going to maintain the second position of the league. What do you think? Like Liverpool will bring to break Chelsea midfield and defense? Because for the defense, I know we've been solid, and Manny right now, I don't actually like Manny game currently because he like diving currently. His way of diving is absolutely something that referees need to check.
so one thing that we normally also forget is we focus more on these three, but there's also one player who is outstanding that you guys need to watch out for. Arnold, Alexander Arnold. This guy is an assist leader. He knows how to assist players. He knows when to cross the ball. He knows when not to cross it. He can also shoot. So it's not only about this three that Chelsea need to fear. There are a lot of players that Chelsea need to fear. With scoring in Chelsea, I know Chelsea have players that they can really score, but now it's difficult for Chelsea to win like a 3 goals or 4 goals. That is the problem right now because if Liverpool are to be awarded with maybe 5 chances, I know definitely three
Yeah,
will be
it will
yeah,
be
three
goals.
will be goals. But what of Chelsea? So so they can defend for all I care. I know they will defend. The defense is very, very good. But if they don't utilize their chances very, very well, if Liverpool get a chance, they will be penalized for that
Mhm.
for sure. They will be penalized. And I can see Vanna wrote in the chat, did we defend against Real Madrid? And Real Madrid was also having squad depth. The second.
What problem the Real Madrid had? You
Real
just
Madrid has
you
squad
see
depth.
you see the politics.
Vasquez was injured. Cavalla wasn't in the game. Um, Sergio Ramos injury. There are a lot of players who had injury when you get
Now
yeah.
you now understand what I'm talking about. And
No, no, no,
that
no.
day, let me consult before you continue. And that day, the coach was forced to use your defense Ramos, and you people were saying it's half fit Ramos.
Even Marcelo. You see, so
But when I was saying Chelsea team has, you people were, oh no, they are coming so long as they deem them fit, they can play.
no,
You are
he's talking about a fit Chelsea team playing against Real Madrid. And we all know if Real Madrid, all their players are playing both defend, both midfield, and also attacking, it's going to be a difficult game. Even though all these players didn't play, it was still a difficult game for Chelsea. You understand?
no,
So
but you
yeah,
use the same team to eliminate Liverpool or to score Liverpool. You
those
know.
those 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 players were there when we played with Liverpool. Those players were there. You see, so
You just finding excuses.
yeah,
See,
he just need to understand. He just need to
okay.
understand. Yeah.
I understand. I understand perfect. And right now, I know we are in bad form. We are underdogs in moving into this game for sure. I know that. But then there's one thing I cannot lose from Chelsea. That is accepting defeat against Liverpool. If we're going to get a point, we'll get a point, or we'll get the 3 points definitely. So on the last note, before we move to Madrid game, Madrid against Getafe, because that will be our last listen, or we can just before we move to Madrid. So, what's your score line this game?
I see a 3-0 win for Liverpool.
3-0 win against
3-0
Liverpool.
against Chelsea. 3-0 for Liverpool, not against
You
Liverpool.
see, so in
Who
the
is going
comment
to score the
section, you
3?
can see the comment section. They are telling you to like, if you want get Mbappe, and we'll meet you next season. Chelsea will still win against you.
That's how Chelsea their overcompetence. They think so far as they've won Real Madrid, when they see Real Madrid again, you win them. No, it's not like that. It's going to be a different game altogether. It's going to be a different game altogether. If it's like that, then Chelsea should repeat winning the Champions League again, which
So,
which is impossible. It can't happen. You understand?
mhm.
So sometimes a good team can also be outclassed by another good team. But uh, when they meet another time, it's not going to be the same. You understand? So the Chelsea fans saying we should get Mbappe, we should get Haaland, please, you got your time. Be patient. Enjoy it now,
No,
because if
but when you are also talking, you should also remember that. Let me just leave that because we'll still discuss about Madrid. But someone is saying in the comments that his score line is Chelsea 1, Liverpool 1, and I go by. For me, I always think Chelsea can win this game. For me, Chelsea will win this game either by 2 goals to 1 or 3 goals to 2 because there are going to be a lot of goals in this game.
a lot
And
of goals,
a
then
lot of goals, yeah.
I think the goals will be coming from Liverpool side.
For me, I think Chelsea, I still stand by my words. Chelsea is going to
So,
win this game.
so how many do you think Chelsea will score?
That's what I said, 3 goals to 2.
So Chelsea is going to win by 3-2.
3-2, yes.
Chelsea winning by 3-2.
Yes. That's my scoreline. See, look, one thing one thing I believe in Chelsea is that the time we don't expect them. See, it's not that we've been bad in scoring. We are the second when it comes this season about how many games we score more than 3 or 3 games. It's only Liverpool who score more than us in this season. Like 3 goals in each game, like this season. It's not that we've been bad in scoring, just that we don't utilize our chances. And if we are utilizing our chances, there are some games we'll even score more than 7 goals. You know that.
Look, the Chelsea fan in the comment section, he said 3-2 Bako, and he's even scared. He's even scared. He's even scared because it's impossible. It can't be. It won't happen.
And
we all know.
Okay, but this game, I believe it or not, is something Chelsea is going to get a points out of. Even though we've not been performing in the bridge, playing in the bridge currently is like we are playing against 3 clubs at a time. But hey, I still believe in the team and I still believe in Tuchel. You know, sometimes he's a tactical magician. And when I said he's a tactical magician, he can be able to get you that goal and defend throughout the match, and you cannot get a goal even in the game.
Okay.
So right now, let's move into Madrid game. And so Eddie is also saying that Vada seriously. Okay. So Madrid game. Madrid playing away against Getafe. Your general view about it, because I know you are a Madrid fan. And
yeah, with Madrid playing with Getafe, I see this game as a clear win for Madrid because
La Liga is dead. Vlad said that.
No. Nobody should say La Liga is dead. Okay. If somebody say La Liga is dead, in European.
Yeah, so like Madrid, if Madrid was to be in Premier League, don't you think Madrid will be fighting for 4th position in the league?
Even if Sevilla, Valencia, Villarreal, Athletic Bilbao were to be in the listen, I'm bringing certain teams were to be in the EPL. You will see them competing for the top 4. I'm telling you, top 4.
Madrid asks if Madrid was to be in Premier League right now. Remember, they are leading the league table, and no one is competing them in La Liga. Right now, we are back to no team is competing with them currently. If their current form, if they were in Premier League, I don't think Madrid will get into 5th position.
That is the arrogance of EPL supporters. That is what they always say.
And West Ham, someone is Eddie Rhyme. Eddie Rhyme is just reacting into the comment section. Even West Ham will score against Barcelona.
Look, that's the arrogance. That's the arrogance of EPL supporters. They always think that EPL teams are better than any other teams. But if you should take the Champions League, for instance, if you should take the Europa League, for instance, how many EPL teams have won over the last 10 years?
Over the last 10, won what?
Champions League and also Europa League. How many?
Okay. How many? So let me give you a typical example.
Okay.
So I just take Champions League. Without these 6 Premier League clubs, what do you think Champions League will be? Like without Chelsea, Manchester United, Liverpool. No, that's because they are not winning. Listen to me. I'm building a point here. I'm building a plan. I want you to see it clearly. That's why I'm saying just pick those 6 teams. Because one thing you should understand is those teams need to still play against each other, fight for the league title. Now, for the past 20 years, I'm just putting it to you. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point.
You didn't answer my question.
That's what I'm answering. I'm going to answer you. I'm going to answer you with an explanation and with a question following. You understand? Okay. No Premier League have taken. That's what you want to. No Premier League have been able to take the Champions League, as you said. But let me take those 6 clubs, Premier League clubs, out of Champions League. What would have been Champions League be? Like what would you have think about Champions League? And also remember those clubs need to fight each other in the Premier League. For the past 20 years in La Liga, how many teams have been battling for the league title? Just for the past 20 years, just 3. Okay. Just 3. And out of the 3, it's only 2 clubs that have been taking it consistently. And Premier League.
You see the EPL fans, when these 3 teams, comes into European.
So okay, Edwin just said Liverpool took, Chelsea took.
Liverpool took, Chelsea took. How many did you take?
Huh? How Liverpool many? Took, Chelsea took 2 times.
10 years.
Yes.
2 times. And Liverpool took how many?
Liverpool won.
Liverpool won.
Yes.
How many did Real Madrid take?
How many did Real Madrid take?
Yeah, how many?
How many in 10 years?
More than.
Not more. Let's count in 10 years. That was 2011 up to date. In 10 years.
How many?
In 10 years, how many?
2011 up to date. How many?
That's 2.
I think you need to check the statistics very, very well.
So you want me to say they've taken it 4 times? That's what you want me to see, right?
And it's more than you, the 2 teams that you said have taken combined.
But that's what I've just told you. Okay, yeah. Take El Clasico.
You claim your league is best.
Yes.
And if Real Madrid, Barcelona is inside.
And remember, Chelsea took Europa League, and 2 times. Manchester United took 1.
Sevilla, how many did Sevilla take?
Let me give you let me finish before you come with Sevilla. When Chelsea take part in Europa for 2 times, they took the cup and they play unbeaten for both. You see how it is.
Look, how many did Sevilla take? You are taking 2. You are
with unbeaten record in Europa.
How many did Villarreal?
So let's see what Barcelona will do in Europa.
You should even be ashamed of yourself playing in Europa. You would saying Real Madrid. Listen, you are saying Real Madrid will not be at the top 4 in EPL, and you are claiming to be the best team in EPL. And
one of the best team, not the best. One of the best team.
One of the best team in EPL. And you are playing Europa, and you are taking it from the likes of Atletico.
Because we are in Europa, because in Premier League, it's not like La Liga, where 3 teams are just fighting for the top 4. In Premier League, about 6 teams or more, or even 7, are fighting for the top 4.
And when you get the chance to qualify for the Champions League, do you win it? Your teams, do they win it?
Do they win what? They win. I just mentioned to you, for the past 10 years, Liverpool took 1, Chelsea took 2.
You guys took 2. How many?
Yes.
3.
That's 3, yes.
Best teams. You're supposed to claim all of it.
But
Liverpool needs to take some. Man U needs to take some. Man City also needs to take some. That's arrogance of EPL teams.
So let me... Champions League. We are talking about Champions. So let me tell you one scenario. Leicester came out of nowhere to take Premier League.
Yeah, Leicester came.
So which team in La Liga have been able to just come out of nowhere to even place second in La Liga?
you can't come and take it because we have a formidable teams and we also have a formidable squad. Look, the likes. Listen, the likes, the players we have, the players we have, they are outstanding players. And your players that you have, they can't be compared with such players.
So let me
listen. The likes of Lionel Messi, the likes of Cristiano.
Lionel Messi is no longer in.
He's no longer there. I'm telling you, like the players taking Ballon d'Ors.
You used to know.
Listen, the players taking Ballon d'Ors and all those players.
Okay, so currently, let's talk about currently.
Where are they from?
Where's Ronaldo?
Ronaldo is in Man U right now, but has he taken anything?
Ronaldo, has he taken what?
Has he taken anything? Has he taken a Ballon d'Or? I'm trying to tell you that the only player that has taken Ballon d'Or in the EPL was Ronaldo. Who again? Who was playing? Only player in the EPL who was playing in the EPL and took Ballon d'Or is only Ronaldo. One.
But Santos, if you are going to that area, I don't believe in Ballon d'Or because people are voting and there can be interruptions in voting. People are casting their opinions for sure.
Listen. Yeah. The thing is, if your performance is good, if the performance.
So are you telling me currently? Messi took the Ballon d'Or. A lot of football fans are angry, even though I'm okay with that. But do you think Messi deserves this season best player?
In my opinion, Messi didn't deserve the Ballon d'Or. It was Lewandowski's own.
So why they didn't give to Lewandowski and they gave to Messi?
Listen, but Lewandowski is
Michael Owen took Ballon d'Or.
Lewandowski, Michael Owen. Where was he playing when he took the Ballon d'Or?
So you are asking about Premier League teams that took Ballon d'Or. I'm just reminding
you. No. Where was he playing then when he took the Ballon d'Or?
Yeah, he mentioned. It was long time ago.
Where? Which team was he playing? Was he in the Premier League or he was away in Real Madrid or different? You know, Owen also played in Real Madrid. So
aside from let's take it like this.
Yeah, no, you people, the EPL, you teams, you guys think the team is better than any other teams. Okay,
we are not saying it's better than any other. What we are saying is currently is the best league in the world. EPL, and you know it.
Listen, we classify it to be the best league in the world.
Exactly.
But in European competition, you guys don't perform.
And I just explained the reasons to you.
There are no reasons. Prove if you perform, if you are the best, don't get being scored like maybe 7 goals to 0 by.
So which Premier League side? Which Premier League side did Madrid meet and score 7 goals?
Which Premier League? Oh, we haven't met anybody and scored 7.
And remember the way you are just even saying you've never scored against Chelsea.
How many times did Liverpool even meet us?
Because we met more than 4 times.
When did we meet?
During olden days, we met like so many times. Sometimes even in Super Cup stuff.
You people do not perform like us, so you do not get to meet Liverpool.
That is the case.
The people that we normally meet that they are performing, it's not Chelsea. It's the likes of Man City. It's the likes of Man U.
So you are telling me that Man City is performing more than Chelsea when Man City have never took Champions League?
But are you better than Man City? Your team that
we took Champions League. Chelsea took Champions League.
The team that you used to take the Champions League was that team better than Man City?
But we beat Manchester City with the same squad.
I know you
2 times last season.
I know you beat them with the same squad, but there's lack.
Not even 1 time, 2 times.
There's lack in football. That doesn't mean.
Now you know there's Madrid is using luck to take the Champions League, not the playing.
Listen. If you should get Man City right now, can you score Man City? If you should get Man City right now, can you?
But you just said it. Luck is in football. We can score them with the luck we have.
Even your luck would improve with Man City right now. I'm telling you, you may get maybe 7 goals to 0. Your team is poor.
Yeah, yes,
One,
yeah. Like Vanna just said right now. You see his comments. La Liga right now is equals to Dutch league, and I agree with him because look, no team like in the previous years we see that it's between Barcelona, Madrid, and Atletico Madrid. But right now, as it stands, no team is even competing with Madrid.
no, the thing is that you people, because of the TV rights in Spain, because these two teams they do invest a lot. So TV rights a lot goes to these teams. Okay,
In Spain.
yeah, and the
Okay,
smaller teams do not get that. It's not
that
like the same like that of EPL.
EPL,
That is
yeah.
equal
Uh-huh.
share and those things. So those are things that you need to acknowledge. And another thing is that those teams which are in the La Liga, you people should not mistaken and take them to be team that they can score any EPL team. They will score and score Chelsea, score.
Which one? The Valencia you are talking about last season champions. We were in the same group with them. We had to go through.
Yeah, you have to go through, but that doesn't
Uh-huh.
mean. No, I'm trying to tell you that you might get your chance to score a particular team.
No, home
Those
we drew with them in Stamford
those
Bridge and we won against them in their home
you are playing with the likes of even Watford, Sheffield United, all get the chance to qualify. Listen,
because because whichever
listen.
team you are meeting in Premier League is a tough team.
So you mean the other teams? It's not like that. It's because the the teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid, they
No,
invest more. We have money.
so let me give you a typical example. You
We
just talk
invest.
of Manchester City right now. Even Chelsea cannot compare with Manchester City when it comes to play or players currently. But Crystal Palace took them in Etihad Stadium, their own home yard, scored them 2 goals to 0.
Uh,
That's the nature of the Premier League we are talking about.
but Las Palmas even scored Barcelona. They weren't
But
in the. They
no,
weren't
currently Barcelona is. But
no. With Lionel Messi, all those people were inside. Iniesta was
when
inside. Xavi was
because when you are talking of Barcelona, we
no.
need to know time duration.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Cadiz
The-
last season, Cadiz, which were promoted into La Liga, they scored Real Madrid, they scored Barcelona.
but none of them have never made it to even fourth place.
Which of the teams have made into the fourth place? Is it Watford United, Sheffield United,
No, West Ham
Barcelona,
United made it to fourth
or
place.
who? Which team?
West Ham United.
West Ham United,
Leicester out of nowhere. Came and took Premier League
Leicester, they
that time.
invested. Listen, they
Mhm.
invested. You understand? They invest,
Th-
but for us, no, for us, we won't stand there for them to come and take. That's
So
one thing. That's the
so
problem you have.
so
That
now you know the reason why La Liga is not performing currently. So don't say
if
it's
no,
because we are making it
no,
so.
no. If you should play this game
Mm.
as in EPL teams are better than La Liga teams, then you guys need to dominate in European Championship. If you do that, I have no problem. But the disrespect that you give to La Liga teams, maybe
Mm.
Bundesliga team, and you guys are not dominating in the European Championship,
Mhm.
is bogus. It doesn't make
But
sense.
yeah, so
If
Baba.
if you claim to be the best in the world,
Mhm.
when let's say a student is a best student, we all know this student is best student in the whole wide world. When there's an exams, all students, what do we expect? We expect you to be on the top.
Yeah.
Understand?
So
Expect
now,
the top.
now, what you are saying, someone is just Dennis.
Dennis.
Vanna is telling Dennis. Dennis is in Watford. Watford, their striker. The guy against which team was that? He's saying that Madrid, Dennis will smash Madrid right now when he meets Madrid. That's the nature of Premier League we are talking
That's
about. We
that's
are talking
that's
about the
that's
teams you'll be meeting. See,
That
because of his point, I even like forgot what I was coming to tell you. Like for instance, Madrid currently, as it stands, we know they are doing well. In the beginning of the season, do you think like Madrid could have been the place they are now?
if Madrid what?
Like in the beginning of the season when they were losing, even Sheffield or Sheriff even walloped Madrid in Santiago Bernabeu in Champions League.
It's Champions League.
Yes, it's Champions League. But that's what I'm saying. Sheriff, who was new holders in Champions League, wallop you people in your own home yard. So if you are talking about Champions League, you don't win Champions League. But looking at the past 2 seasons, England has also been able to back it up. Liverpool won the previous and then Chelsea won the next season. Where is La Liga in the past 2 seasons?
Where is you are talking about last 2 seasons?
Yes.
That's why you say last 2 seasons.
No, because you said before the Premier League will prove you.
Last 2 seasons, who won?
Eh?
Who won?
Liverpool. And last season, Chelsea won. And okay, let me not confuse you because I'm just confusing you. Last 2 seasons, Liverpool won, and last 2 seasons, Bayern won and Chelsea won last season.
You see, so
I want.
You're just contradicting yourself. You're just bringing points which are baseless.
No, but I'm just saying, like for the past 3 seasons, where is La Liga? La Liga has not been able to win the Champions League.
My point is, you claim to be the best team in the world, right?
Not best league, not team.
And you said if the comparison that you made is outrageous and is very, very bad to do that comparison. As in, if Real Madrid, Barcelona were to be in EPL, they won't even top 4. They won't be part. That's what you made.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yes,
and that's
right now as it stands.
And Barcelona is performing poorly. I know Barcelona is performing poorly because now they are trying to pick things up.
Yeah.
But that statement that you made is a disrespectful to football as a whole. As a whole. Because if you should take the teams with the biggest fan base, the teams with the biggest records, the teams with even recently they made a survey with teams with more scoring, more wins, and with more goals and stuff. You see, these two teams, Real Madrid, Barcelona, you can't leave them out.
You can't leave them out, but we are making comparison here. I agree with you.
You can't leave them out. But from that point of you saying if they are to be in the EPL, they won't perform.
And Eddie Ram just reminded me of something. The year Liverpool took the Champions League, you know that both English teams met and Liverpool took, and also in Europa the same season, both England teams met.
Both England teams can meet,
and that was the first ever history.
No,
in football, in history of football, that was the first ever in history of football.
Both England teams can meet. We know any team like they can, so far as the team is performing very, very well, they can meet in the finals. But if you should take it over the years, if you should draw time back, and if you should look at how these teams have performed, there's no way you can mention the likes of Chelsea, Liverpool, and leaving the likes of Real Madrid.
No, we are not leaving the likes. Don't get me wrong.
And another thing is Chelsea is not on the level of Real Madrid and Barcelona. Look, if you are
explain to your point
for trophies, for achievement, the team. Listen. You people are young. You people are young. If you should compare teams that are on the level, it should be Liverpool. Listen. It
I
should
think
be
I think you are getting me wrong here.
no,
I
no,
didn't compare
no,
Liverpool. I didn't
no,
compare
no,
Chelsea and
no. Is
Real Madrid.
no.
What I said is,
The,
remember, Real Madrid have never scored against Chelsea, and if Real Madrid was to be
Real
in
Madrid has
Premier
scored
League
against Chelsea.
currently,
Real Madrid has
no,
scored against. So our game, the Benzema goal, wasn't it a goal?
I mean win. They have never won against
Make
Chelsea. When I
make
said score, you should understand me.
okay. You say Real Madrid has even won against Chelsea
When
Jose Mourinho took over and we're having a friendly match.
it's friendly. Those matches we don't
Is it
count them. It's friendly.
is it a win? Like the point,
just
the
like
point.
just like when Lampard took over, we took Barcelona and won. So when I'm counting about his, I should talk about it.
No, no,
See,
listen.
uh-huh.
Your point has to tally. You are just beating about the bush. First of all, you said Real Madrid has not scored, and now you say Real Madrid has not won. If
When
you
I'm
should say,
uh-huh.
listen, if you
Uh-huh.
should say maybe a major tournament like the likes of maybe a Champions League.
So you just
Listen,
said
yeah,
Madrid is, so you are taking Madrid so low that you could count their friendlies in part of
no,
this.
no,
Uh-huh.
no, no. Listen, no. It's because your points that you are making they are baseless, and you should know records.
So I want to ask you a question, and you should be frank with me because it keep on coming on the comment section. You should be frank with me. Like Benzema has been in La Liga for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think if it was Premier League, Benzema will still play football?
If it was the Premier League, it depends.
Yes.
It depends the team that is in.
Like the top teams.
And I said it depends the team that is in.
So
Let's.
teams like
It depends the team, the franchise. Every franchise has a decision to make. There are so many strikers that have come to big teams and they've left. Higuain was even in Real Madrid. You look at Atletico Madrid. Fernando Torres was there. Falcao was there. This guy, the guy who came to your team and helped you win the trophy. What's his name?
who came in our team and helped
Yeah,
us
he
win?
came in your team when Antonio Conte was in your team. This striker. He
Who
just
Diego Costa.
Diego Costa was there and they leave. Real Madrid. Hasn't Diego Costa played for Chelsea before?
Diego Costa was a striker.
Yeah, was a striker now.
Yes, and Morata too came.
Morata too came.
Uh,
All these players,
uh-huh.
a lot of players also come to Madrid and go. But if the franchise wants you, listen.
Uh-huh.
If the franchise wants you, if maybe the president see that this player, I can work with him, why not? He work with you. So it depends. Listen, it depends the player and the particular team. I cannot say maybe if this player was in this league, his season will be over. No, who can say that? Nobody can say that. So far as the person is performing and that particular franchise like the particular player, why not extend his contract? Nobody can say that. So you can't use that as an excuse as in if he was in the EPL, if he was in this. Nah, we don't say that. Nah, come on. We don't say that. It's total disrespect. Anybody who said that is total disrespect to the player.
So Higuain was performing fantastic in La Liga, but when he came to Premier League, he couldn't stand the pressure.
It's not that he couldn't stand the pressure. Everybody has a mentality to play a game. So it doesn't matter he go and play because when he was in Italy, he was also performing very, very well. So every player has a way that he plays. If a player is not performing, then hopefully his mentality that he's using to go into the game, those things are individual things for a player. You understand? So if a player doesn't perform, that doesn't mean maybe the league that he was in was this or that.
Okay. So now I think we need to end the program now, and it's been wonderful talking. It's been wonderful for the participants. We thank you very much for being with us. And
I see the Chelsea fans jubilating. This is great to do because on
Yeah,
Sunday
but because we are going to win this weekend,
they will cry
hopefully we
on
are going to
Sunday.
win this weekend. So, so it's been wonderful having you. And our next meeting will be maybe after Sunday. Maybe if I think midweek is also well, they are going to play League Cup. So maybe we'll meet and discuss about that. If you are interested to be part of this conversation, you can just you go through you can get our contacts and you contact us. We'll be able to take you part. Then you'll be part of this conversation. And remember, if you're new, subscribe to the channel, like and share the video. And I'm still going to give you the pre-match analysis or pre-match reaction of the game between Chelsea and Liverpool coming on Sunday. And remember, turn on your notification bell so that anytime we upload, you'll be the first person to view. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye. Or you have something to say to the fans,
Oh no.
Santos,
I,
before
I, I
we
want
goodbye.
I want the Chelsea fans to jubilate now because on Sunday they'll cry.
We are not going to take
All I
your
can
your
tell you.
we are not going to take your distance for granted. We are going to win, and we are going to jubilate and jubilate on Sunday in addition. Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, okay.